Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Scott McInich. I am the CEO of the Nonprofit Council. Our mission is to support, connect, and strengthen the leadership of nonprofits in our community across 17 counties. We are pleased to have you all here today, and behind us are hundreds of nonprofits who have come out to support this launch. This is the kickoff to SA Nonprofit Advocacy Week in our city, and also to kick off the All Hearts on Deck campaign that you will hear more about later in this program. Your presence shows that standing together, we are a force and we serve the people of our community. Before I get into the program, I would like to introduce a couple of guests that we have this morning. Councilman Edward Mungia from District 4 is with us. And our beloved Peter Sakai, Judge of Bexar County. Thank you both for being here and support. Nonprofits are the backbone of San Antonio, and together we sustain over 87,000 jobs in the community and provide services that keep our city and county moving. Nonprofits are the future. By supporting our local workforce with job training, support services that make San Antonio and Bexar County a great place to work, play, and live. Nonprofits provide our shared successes by creating $13 billion in annual economic impact for this community, driving tourism and business development. Many of us forget that we are an economic engine. And nonprofits, feel free to do that anytime. And nonprofits provide services that we use and enjoy, like arts, education programs, cultural celebrations, community preservation, and safety net. Nonprofits aren't simply charitable organizations, they're strategic investments in our community. But today we also sound a really serious alarm. Nonprofits are facing unprecedented funding challenges that threaten our ability to provide these critical services. The uncertainty created by government shutdown means that those living on the edge, trying to balance expenses with steady paychecks, will turn to who? Nonprofits for food and support services. The need is growing faster than the resources available. Without sustainable investment, too many families will lose access to supports that they learn to come to live by and thrive by. That's why the Nonprofit Council, with over 250 nonprofits who are here today, will kick off our local Nonprofit Advocacy Week, SA to SA, because we are a strong, unified voice for all nonprofits, whether you are members or not, who keep our community moving forward. Without you all, our city and county would look vastly different. We need everyone's help to ensure these nonprofits can continue their critical work. We need all hearts on deck, and that means nonprofits, business leaders, community leaders, and most importantly, you, the citizens of San Antonio and Bexar County. As I said, we are fortunate to have a couple of supporters, elected officials here to help us kick this off. And one of those is Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai, who would like to say a few words.
It's okay, all right. Thank you, Scott McInich. For those that are not aware, Scott and I go back to Rio Grande Valley, McAllen, Texas, and so I knew his family, and thank you, Scott, for your long-standing commitment to the nonprofit community. Your leadership is invaluable, and especially today is an indication of your leadership and how you kind of brought the troops out. So I just wanted to put on record that don't mess with Bexar County, because you got all these people you're gonna have to deal with. Let me give a special shout out to Mary Gar from Family Service. She was protecting me on that sun, so a little bit warm this morning. Scott, if you may allow me, I'd like to address the public, and then I'd like to address the truth, so to speak. I applaud this initiative by the Nonprofit Council and everyone who is here today to support it. This is a great way to connect all the major players in the nonprofit community. Nonprofits are essential partners in advancing Bexar County's economic vitality, equity, and quality of life. Nonprofits are among Bexar County's largest employers, contributing significantly to job creation, workforce development, and local economic growth. Bexar County collaborates with nonprofit through contracts, grants, and joint initiatives. We are committed to supporting this tremendous ecosystem, sharing knowledges and best practices while building relationships are all worthy and attainable goals for this event. Nonprofits are a vital community safety net. This sector delivers critical services that strengthen families, support vulnerable populations, and improve community health and resilience. That is why the launch of SA to SA is so significant. SA to SA is a milestone in elevating local advocacy and ensuring nonprofit voices are heard in shaping public policy. We have a shared vision. It is a call for continued collaboration between county leadership, civic partnerships, nonprofit organizations to expand opportunities and build a stronger Bexar County for all residents. Let me close with a quote from Marian Wright. She's kind of the godmother for this civic duty. She was president of the Children's Defense Fund. Quote, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." Let me also now talk to the troops, so to speak, and I'm going to turn around. So cameras, I'm trying to stay in the camera. So I have a proclamation for Bexar County, and this is to you for this morning. Whereas the San Antonio Nonprofit Council is launching the first SA to SA new advocacy and initiative designed to mirror the successful objectives, the SA to DC enterprise. And whereas SA to SA will become an annual event that will provide a powerful platform to elevate the local nonprofit sector, educating local leaders on the nonprofit sector's unique challenges and contributions to Bexar County and the surrounding area. And whereas the San Antonio Nonprofit Council's mission is to build and strengthen relationships with local government entities and business leadership to influence public policy and practices that positively impact the community at large. And whereas the members of the San Antonio Nonprofit Council are among Bexar County's largest employers that drive the local economy through job creation, workforce development, procurement of goods and services, volunteer engagement, and attraction to philanthropic and grant funding into our community. And whereas the San Antonio Nonprofit Council members and nonprofit sector are not only a critical safety net for residents, but also key economic engine that benefits all of Bexar County and its region. And whereas the San Antonio Nonprofit Council will create an annual nonprofit issues agenda that will serve as a valuable resource and focus on data-informed, high-priority issues to equip all stakeholders in their quest to build a thriving community for all. Now, therefore, be resolved, the Bexar County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes the San Antonio Nonprofit Council and the nonprofit sector for their advocacy and contributions and service to our community. Signed by the court. I'm going to take the proclamation back, and I believe we'll have a presentation to the court. Give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Judge Sakai. We appreciate the court's support and yours for many, many years and many to come. With that, I would like to introduce Councilman Edward Muniga from District 4 to say a few words. This district has also been a huge supporter of nonprofits, not only in D4, but across the city. Councilman Mungia, please come up.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here representing the city of San Antonio. And we also have a proclamation, and you already heard one today, so I'm not going to read this. Thank you, Judge Sakai. But I just want you to know that the city of San Antonio supports nonprofits in this city. As you know, with the economy and the government that we have, we produce gaps in our society. And nonprofits are the ones that fill those gaps and make sure that people have stuff to eat, to make sure that they have a shelter over their head, to make sure that they have diapers in some cases, and to make sure they have wonderful cookies from our Girl Scouts. And we have so many advocates here today, especially Disability SA, advocating for those in our society that need a lot of extra help. So I just want to say that we support this initiative. It's about time all our nonprofits got together at the city of San Antonio and advocated. And not everybody who's elected wants to support nonprofits, and that's an unfortunate reality that we live in our country today. Not even at the federal level, the state level, but even here locally, there are people that want to make cuts. And when the pandemic happened, and when we lost revenue, who did we go to? Nonprofits to fill the gap. You all adjusted. You all had your own cuts, but you adjusted and you made it work because you know that serving people in San Antonio is the #1 goal. So I just want to support the tenacity of our nonprofits to let you all know that we are behind you. We will continue to support as much as possible funding in the upcoming years. And we're going to work hard to make sure the government reopens and stays open and that the citizens of San Antonio get everything that they deserve. So thank you again, everybody, for appreciating it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. We appreciate your presence here. It truly means a lot. Finally, I'd like to introduce a few leaders from our funding community who's critical to our work. You see nonprofits in the background. What you don't see, but you will now, are the funding community that is here to support the work of the sector. And the All Hearts on Deck that I mentioned, this is a piece that they have been working on, and you will hear in a few minutes. But I'd like to introduce the funders who are here behind that charge. San Antonio Area Foundation CEO Nadej Souvenir. Round of applause. Laura Vaccaro, CEO Kronkowski Foundation. And Mr. Chris Martin, President and CEO of United Way of Bexar County in San Antonio. Thank you all very much. It means a great deal for you to be behind the nonprofit sector in a visible way today and moving forward. So with that, you may sit down, except for you, Nadej. I would like to introduce again Nadej Souvenir, the CEO of the San Antonio Area Foundation, to explain a little bit more about today.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everyone. As Scott said, I'm Nadej Souvenir, CEO of the San Antonio Area Foundation, and I am proud to be joined by my colleagues, Chris Martin of the United Way of San Antonio and Bexar County, and Laura Vaccaro of Kronkowski Charitable Foundation. And together, we're here with one clear message. Our nonprofits are essential. And they need us, and so we need to be here. Our nonprofits, they're the backbone of San Antonio. They educate our kids, they train our workforce, they care for our families, and they enrich our lives through arts and culture. It isn't charity to support nonprofits, it's an investment in vital economic and social infrastructure. It's an investment in us. As Scott mentioned before, this sector drives $13 billion into our local economy, and it provides services that our government, corporations, foundations cannot. It provides the services that we need. A thriving nonprofit sector in San Antonio is critical. It's critical so that we all have the opportunity, we all have a society where we can all benefit, and we need to make that work. And that's being challenged in our current climate. There's growing demand, rising costs. Funding isn't keeping pace. In 2024, in the State of the Nonprofit Sector report, 78% of our nonprofits said the demand for their services was increasing. 51% of them said they couldn't meet that demand. And 44% said they had active waiting lists for their services. And this was before 2025 hit. This was before national cuts in funding. This was before changing philanthropic priorities. This was before a government shutdown. They need us more than ever now. Essential services are at risk. Families can lose support. Opportunities can narrow. And ultimately, our economy will pay the price. And so the San Antonio Area Foundation is proud to be partnering with United Way, Kronkowski, and Methodist Healthcare Ministries to kick off the All Hearts on Deck campaign. Philanthropy, we can't do this alone. We need everyone. We need individuals. We need businesses. We need civic leaders. We need policymakers to step up and to invest in our nonprofits. Every dollar invested and every partnership created strengthens San Antonio's future, strengthens San Antonio right now. And we all thrive when the nonprofits thrive. And so what we're asking you today is to join us with All Hearts on Deck.
Thank you so much. What a great message, and we appreciate that coming from the funders of our community. We cannot work alone. We need the support, as Nadej said, of the entire community. Nonprofits receive less than 1% of the city of San Antonio's budget, yet every dollar leverages an additional $11 brought in private donations, in kind, and volunteer kind. Now that's a return on investment, if I ever saw one. Let's hear it. Every dollar invested in nonprofits returns value to the community, strengthening families, supporting education, and driving up economic opportunity. We call on all residents of San Antonio and Bexar County, businesses, leaders, staff, all of y'all, and the leaders of our community and elected officials to donate, to get out and advocate and stand with nonprofits. Visit allheartsondeck.org to learn more about how you can help. And if you'd like to also advocate more for your nonprofit and you are not a member of the Nonprofit Council, I encourage you to go to tncouncil.org and join the movement. You see what it looks like. You could be a part of this. Because when nonprofits are strong, so is our community. Thank you everyone, nonprofits, elected officials, foundations, for being here, for your time, partnership, and commitment. Together, we can ensure these organizations and all organizations of Bexar County continue to deliver services and hope. Opportunities that make San Antonio and Bexar County a better place to live, play, and work. Thank you very much.